put it all the way down and then I'll try it.
I'm studying the water that will go into the drinking water that Nashville does use, and I never thought that I would be doing that. It's just something that people of my background normally don't do. This is nostoc, so this is a terrestrial sign. The bacteria is very important to geosciences because they are what created the atmosphere that we enjoy now, one filled with lots of oxygen. I'm Shakara Nelson, an agricultural science major at Tennessee State University, and this is my junior year. I am in love with conservation and sustainability. It wasn't until I came to Tennessee State University this semester that I even considered geosciences, because in my mind it was all oil and gas. So knowing that there are more options now is helping me kind of map out what I might want to do.
It's so cold right now.
Yeah.
So the way we explain the geosciences to students is to say, you can work for the National Park Service. You can be a park ranger. You can work for the Forest Service. You can work for NOAA and study weather and weather patterns. You can also work for USGS and they study water. So there's many different places that you can work and careers you can do within the geosciences. We'll actually post a picture of someone in the geosciences and it will give a little blurb about what this person does, how did they get to where they are. And these are mostly people of color or minority, so they can potentially see themselves in that person.
There's a vast disparity behind those people that are being impacted almost the most from environmental events to a fundamental misunderstanding of those processes. And so part of this is to be able to translate those processes to a wider audience, and minorities are very much underrepresented in the geosciences.
If you look at the soils that are on there, they're really interesting.
So the program's called Earth Horizons, and it's a National Science Foundation funded project that is aiming to create a collaboration between Vanderbilt University and TSU, specifically to create a geoscience pathway where one did not exist before.
The East Pacific is right here.
TSU had a history of preparing students for the workforce. I knew that Vanderbilt had a strong earth and environmental science program, and they offer courses and things that we didn't provide here. So naturally, they're 3 miles away. If we can form this relationship to increase the number of students, especially minority students, pursuing the geo or environmental sciences, it was a perfect partnership waiting to happen.
The idea of having a partnership with an HBCU is not unique in itself, but the idea that it's focused on geoscience pathways is very unique.
There's more light blue space. The lighter blue it is, the closer it is to zero down here on the margin.
In the Earth Horizons program, I'm teaching the entry point into the program, which is a introductory geosciences course here at TSU. We're in the third week of the class and the students are learning about plate tectonics. So pull your maps out. It was really exciting because it's hard and they were kind of frustrated at first and confused and asked lots of questions. But by the time we got to the end of that second piece, they really felt empowered.
They're usually higher magnitude.
Yeah. We did come into this with our eyes open about the fact that we're bringing two different cultures together. Academic cultures, social cultures, groups that don't know each other well. As we started thinking about TSU students coming to Vanderbilt courses and Vanderbilt students coming to courses here at TSU, we wanted to make sure that we were very thoughtful in providing, in both cases, the richest possible experience. The first part of the panel today is actually 6 students here to talk, 3 from Vanderbilt and 3 from TSU, to talk about their experiences as students and what they struggle with, what they think their strengths are, so that we can start from who are these students, what do they need, and how can we teach them.
I genuinely want our faculty and their faculty to come together as a single entity.
And my research centers around looking at the wells.
And the same thing with the students, to have the students being able to go through these programs together, to be able to share these experiences and share these learning opportunities to form those tight bonds.
So I would like to see if there is a way that I can isolate them and get the same results or maybe different results. This has actually just broadened my horizon as far as what I want to do in my career. I'm being around people that are interested in the same thing that you're interested in, or even things that you might possibly be interested in, is really amazing. I love the diversity in the room, honestly. It's really great.
clean syringe.
We need more students just simply to be able to go back to their communities, to their homes, to educate others about the geo and environmental sciences, to really look at environmental justice. And if you don't know about it, what it is, and how to address those issues, how to recognize it, then how can you protect your community?
I think that it's important for people of color to be in the geosciences because our communities are affected by them. Things like water crisis and overall bad health. But if we are unaware and if we do not know what is happening in those communities or don't have a hand in it, then they will continue to happen and we won't have any control of them.
There we go.
Yeah. I feel like you have to completely understand the world that we live in, meaning the geology, meaning the environmental sciences, in order to completely wrap your mind around solving any problem. I feel like I love the idea of solving a problem on Earth. I want that to be my legacy.
American Graduate Getting to Work is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.